Just imagine you are so beautiful that as soon as you step out of the house, girls swarm around you and they simply can't handle your good looks. Something similar happens in our story today. The story begins with the Maas family, who have been among the most beautiful people for generations. People adored them because of their looks, and this was their way of earning money. The eldest son Okis is like a TikTok star. He has millions of followers due to his charming face. He also helps average guys set up dates with girls. His father Parker was also excessively handsome in his time and was constantly breaking girls' hearts. He dated over 1200 girls and eventually found the mother of his children. His mother was also quite beautiful but a bit manly. Their younger son Kulin is the most handsome in the house. The whole family took pride in their looks, but Kulin wanted to live a normal life. He often wished he was a little less handsome so that crowds of girls wouldn't follow him every time he went out. Just a glimpse of his beautiful face would drive girls crazy. Some would have nosebleeds and others would tear their hair out and jump around. The result was that Kulin had never even spoken to a girl. He didn't go out much and was studying from home. Kulin had no one to talk to except his pet fish. He would play cards alone, talking to the fish. His family was very worried about his behavior. Okis often tried to hype him up by showing him pictures of beautiful girls, telling him, "Go man, what are you doing in this world of girls?" But Kulin would say that he wanted a girl who wouldn't care about his looks. He wanted girls to like him for his heart. When no trick worked, the family came up with a new plan. They decided to pretend to be poor, to force Kulin to go to school. One night when Kulin woke up to get water, he overheard his parents talking about how they would only eat eggs for breakfast from now on so that they could save money for Kulin to study from home. Hearing this, he felt very guilty, and the next morning, he decided to go to school. The whole family danced with joy, but then Kulin said he would only go to a boys' school. Everyone's mood soured a bit, but they agreed, thinking at least he'll get out of the house. On the first day of school, Okis dropped him off on his bike, but Kulin walked in wearing his helmet. He planned to wear the helmet all day so no one would notice his beauty, but the opposite happened. Everyone started staring at him because of the helmet. A boy named CD and his goons came to harass him. When the teacher arrived, she told Kulin to remove his helmet. Reluctantly, Kulin had to take it off and everyone saw his captivating face. The teacher went straight to the hospital because she stopped breathing when she saw Kulin. Kulin ran straight home, but the bullies caught him on the way. They took him to a storeroom and revealed their identities like superheroes. These three had been studying in the school for the past 3 years because Siddy only wanted to go to a party with Amanda, the most beautiful girl in BBD school. Amanda only pays attention to handsome boys, so they decided to use Kulin as their courier. They then threatened a quiet boy named Kibo and made him their associate. A while later, Kulin went to the principal to complain about the bullies. The principal, who was worried about his own son, just told Kulin, "Get my son a girlfriend, man, with that innocent face, so he leaves school as soon as possible." That night, Kulin was happy to have found a good friend in Kibo. The next morning, they both went to BBD school, where girls started screaming as soon as they saw them. "Get that boy with the helmet out!" The girls teamed up and ripped his clothes. As soon as he removed his helmet, the whole school went into an uproar. A few hours later, the news was on TV about how girls were going crazy because of Kulin. Some were having nosebleeds and others were throwing up all over the place. Amanda, the school's most beautiful girl, also saw him on the news and immediately fell in love with him. She decided she would make Kulin hers. When the news spread everywhere, thousands of girls gathered outside Kulin's house. His family started a business, selling entry tickets to the house to make money. When Kulin secretly saw all this, he realized his family had been using him. When they called him to come back home, Kulin flat out refused. To top it off, seeing his fish in bad shape because of all the girls broke his heart even more. He was now hiding on a building's roof from the girls looking for him. Suddenly, a girl came up behind him and said, "You're not planning to jump, are you?" Kulin looked at her in surprise because she was the first girl who hadn't fainted upon seeing him. His heart started racing and he couldn't speak. The girl didn't say anything more and left. A little later, he went to Kibo's house to spend the night. Kibo and his grandmother took good care of him. Kulin was thrilled to see some very rare cards in Kibo's room, as he also enjoyed collecting such cards. The next day, they both went to the girls' school to find the girl from the roof. There they met Amanda, to whom they handed CD's letter. Amanda pretended not to be affected by Kulin's beauty, but as soon as he left, she also had a nosebleed. Kulin saw the girl again on the stairs but couldn't talk to her because of the crowd of girls around him. For the next few days, Kulin and Kibo stayed together and became close friends. The next day, Kibo took Kulin to watch football, where he was supposed to meet a girl named Riri, the girl from the roof. He introduced them saying her name was Riri. Then Kulin realized that Kibo also liked this girl. Riri and Kibo were good friends, and seeing them together made Kulin jealous. He couldn't sleep that night, confused about what to do. Finally, he remembered that his brother Okis was a love guru and he should ask him for help. Okis was wide-eyed to see Kulin in front of him the next morning. He had always wanted to help Kulin talk to girls. By now, Kulin had also forgiven his family because if he hadn't gone out, he wouldn't have met Riri. The two brothers then went shopping, where Okis told Kulin how to woo the girl. Kulin did exactly as told, but he realized that he didn't know Riri as well as Kibo did. But he still didn't want to give up. One day, Amanda came to the boys' school and invited Kulin to her birthday party, handing him a phone saying, "Babe, call me with this, okay?" In the evening, Kibo, Kulin and Riri went out. Kulin understood that Riri also liked Kibo. Seeing them together made him jealous. After Kibo left, he directly asked Riri if she liked Kibo. She initially denied it, but when Kulin lied and said Kibo loved Amanda, her face immediately fell. Now it was clear that Riri liked Kibo too. Back home, Kulin called Amanda and asked for some help, and she was ready to do anything for him out of love. The next day, Kulin and Kibo both arrived at Amanda's birthday party. Suddenly, Amanda stopped paying attention to Kulin and started focusing on Kibo. She pulled him aside, and just then Riri also arrived at the party. Riri saw Amanda kissing Kibo. The poor girl was heartbroken and ran away. Kulin followed her and immediately confessed his love. Riri only replied she only considered him a friend. Kulin had betrayed his only friend and didn't get the girl either. What could be worse than this? Meanwhile, CD and his goons also saw Kibo and Amanda kissing and angrily beat Kibo up badly. Kulin stood at a distance watching but didn't have the courage to save Kibo. Later, he brought Kibo home. Seeing his friend writhing in pain, Kulin realized he had made a huge mistake. He was filled with regret and finally he told Kibo the whole story. Kibo was shocked by this betrayal. He said that if he had known Kulin also liked Riri, he would have stepped back himself. But after Kulin's betrayal, he didn't want to remain his friend. Kibo didn't speak to anyone and locked himself in his room. Kulin missed his friend very much. At home, his mother gave him his fish, which was perfectly fine. Hearing his mother's words, Kulin realized how much people loved him. He now decided that he would definitely win Kibo back. The next morning, he went and told Riri the whole truth. After this, he tried to apologize to Kibo. Kibo acted stubborn at first, but in the course of their conversation, Kulin managed to make Kibo confess how much he loved Riri. Later, it turned out that Riri was listening to everything on the phone. Finally, the misunderstandings between the two were cleared. A few days later, everyone went to a dance party where Riri was Kibo's partner and Amanda was Kulin's. Ultimately, Kulin and Amanda were crowned the dance king and dance queen. While all the girls were going crazy seeing him on stage, he heard a girl's voice say, "He doesn't look that good." Hearing this, Kulin's heart skipped a beat and his eyes started searching for this unknown girl. And the story ended here. So tell me, if you became this beautiful, so beautiful that the world went crazy for you, would you enjoy it or hide from it? Tell me in the comments.